Okay, the 529. This is a state-sponsored plan, so every state has their own version of this. Even though it's for your specific state, it can be used nationwide for any school. You don't have to go to school in a certain state. It's tax advantaged in two ways. So lots of states offer a state tax deduction or credit. And then the growth, as long as it's used for qualified education expenses, is federal and state tax free. All right, lot to like about a 529. Again, if you're definitely going to use funds to cover education expense, there is no account better than a 529. Tax-free growth, like we talked about, money you put in is after tax. You may get some state benefits for that, but then all of the growth of that money becomes tax-free if it's used for education expenses. And again, starting early gives that money more time to grow, which means more tax-free growth. Very easy to open, high contribution limits. There's actually, every state defines the lifetime contribution. There's no real annual contribution limit. The de facto limit is the state tax exclusion, which is $18,000 a year. It can be used nationwide. This is often confused because you have the Indiana 529 account. Doesn't mean you have to go to school in Indiana. You can go anywhere. Control over the funds, like we talked about earlier, it's the parent's account and the student is the beneficiary. So you have complete control over how those funds are invested and used and when they're used. And it also keeps it in your name, which helps with financial aid benefits. Easy for anyone to contribute. This is a great thing to think about. I imagine kids get lots and lots of presents around birthdays and Christmases. It's something that you can ask friends and family to give you a gift to the 529 rather than a present. And it's super easy to do. Check with your state website, but usually there's a link that you can just send to folks and they click on it and they can make a contribution. Super, super easy. And then transferable. This is helpful to know for the idea of if there's money left over or your child decides not to go to college, you can change the beneficiary at any time. Again, it's your account, and then there's the beneficiary is the student, and that can be changed at any time. Yeah, and then really, really flexible. I think this is an underrated piece of the 529 that we'll talk about in a minute, but lots of flexibility here.